中等电广播讲话啦呀啦香在罗刚个罗珠这年正正你的南大拉塞今年东个就像你记得个了刚到这边做了马路门头等我的意思就做个拉法就大嘴呀了就这样的说这的接着你们年老的接着都正在等我的那个今年正在那这那么多年大家三斤用的来做这这头知道今年家这老路么些人讲我让要懒的我马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎马拉巴扎那的马拉巴扎那的马拉巴马拉巴扎那的最多的基金介绍我这里道路的门把老师挂当就让了东白那我记得说鸟鸡全部做的你没上送你莫能全部俺家把个人大刚担不什么的东把对接讲了上茶路各位法师各位佛友大家晚上好阿弥陀佛
Good afternoon, good evening, Dharma teachers and Dharma friends.
我们现在开始讲今天的课，然后讲课之前请大家发菩提心。
We are going to begin now with tonight's teaching. Before we do so, everybody please make an aspiration of bodhicitta.
菩提心，我们这次的5、6天，每天都有讲。大家应该是比较清楚了所以我们这个每一次烧香拜佛诵经磕头或者是问思修心这些都不能离开菩提心不能没有菩提心菩提心非常的重要
We've talked about bodhicitta every night of our teaching, and so everyone is no doubt clear about it. Whether we are making offerings of incense or reciting sutras, doing prostrations, or otherwise engaging in listening, reflecting on, or practicing the teachings, none of these kinds of dharmic action can be afforded to be without bodhicitta.
学佛对我们每一个人来说在人生当中就是一个很重要的事情也是一个很神圣的事所以我们这个学佛应该有一个比较崇高的目标那么我们学佛的目标就是为了健康为了长寿为了发财这样子的话这个目标确实是太世俗所以我们应该有一个稍微比较高一点的目标。
The practice of Buddhism is something that is very important in life. It's something that is also a very solemn undertaking. And so in terms of our Buddhist practice, we should try to have a somewhat higher goal in respect of which we are practicing for. If our goal in practicing Buddhism is simply good health or prosperity, then this is a very worldly kind of goal, and we should try to aim for a goal that is a bit higher than this.
那么比较高一点的目标是什么呢？最好我们选择这个菩提心。菩提心简单的说，我们为了度一切众生，为了让天下所有的众生离苦得乐为了达到这个目标，首先我自己成佛，然后我成佛了以后呢，我要去做这个工作就是这样子的决心叫做菩提心。
So in terms of a higher kind of goal, the best choice we can make is to have bodhicitta as our motivation. And this is simply in order for the sake of all beings to assist them in being free from suffering and enjoying happiness, we vow to attain Buddhahood and to work towards this goal of attaining Buddhahood. This is the aspiration of bodhicitta.
好，接下来我们将今天的这个主题的内容，我们今天的题目是临终的时候应该做什么。
So we are going to move on now to the main topic of tonight's teaching, which is what to do at the time of death.
我们很多人也许会想临终的时候呢，人都要死了，人都要马上就要死了，那还能做什么呢？其实临终的时候是非常关键的一刻，这个时候我们应该做的和可以做的还有很多。
Many people might think that if the time has come for someone to die, then what more can be done for them? In actual fact, the point of death, dying, this is a very critical time, and there is much that we can and should do at this juncture.
我们的身边，比如说朋友、同事、同学、家庭的成员就是即将往生去世的时候呢，让我们每个人都不知道应该为他做什么然后呢，因为我们一辈子从来都没有去考虑走的时候怎么走。然后我们考虑的，我们的一切都是为了就住在这个地球上，住在这个世界上，我们应该怎么去做？我们考虑的都是这样子我们没有考虑走的时候怎么走所以呢，比如说我们身边的有人要走了，那么我们就是不知道怎么帮助他，然后手忙脚乱不知所措这个时候呢，其实如果我们有一点准备的话，还是可以帮助他很多但是最遗憾的是，因为我们没有考虑，没有去学，没有去训练所以呢，这个时候我们帮不上。其实这个时候他们是最需要帮助的时候。
So if those who are close to us, such as our friends, our colleagues, and our family members, are facing death, they're about to die, and we often don't know what to do in this situation. For our whole lifetimes, our entire life, we've never given thought to how it is that we should die. We've only given consideration to how it is that what we should do during our lives. We've not given thought to how it is that we should leave this world. So for this reason, when those who are close to us face the time of death, we don't know what to do to help them. We're at a complete loss. However, if we are prepared, it's possible for us to do a lot to help people who are dying. The greatest or the most regretful thing is if we lack because of a lack of learning about the death process and a lack of training in what to do, that we are not able to help them. However, in actual fact, at this point, there is much time that we can do to help them, and this is the time when they need our help the most.
在现实生活当中，我们每一个人都有很多时候需要别人的帮助但是如果我们得不到别人的帮助，我们自己也可以解决这些问题总是有办法的但是这个生死关头这样子的时候呢，我们自己确实是没有办法解决，很多问题自己解决不了这个时候我们是最需要 最需要帮助的时候。但是很遗憾的是什么呢？这个时候能够帮助我们的是非常的少，我们的父母、我们的儿女、我们的最好的朋友和我们的这个亲人，他们都不知道怎么来帮助我们。其实他们是非常想帮助我们，但是呢，他们不知道怎么去帮助所以这个时候呢，我们得不到帮助那么我们就是应该还没有到这样子的时候还没有到这个时候呢，我们应该自身的一些训练也要训练一下。然后呢，我们帮助别人的这些一些方法呢，也要学一下。这两个都是非常重要，一个是可以帮助到自己另外一个呢，可以帮助到身边的很多的人。
In our everyday lives, there are many occasions on which we need help from other people. However, on most of these occasions, if we are not able to receive the help of others, it's still possible for us to solve these problems ourselves. At the time of death, however, there are many problems essentially that we're not able to solve ourselves. So this is the time when we are most in need of the help of others. The sad thing is that at this time, the number of people who are actually able to be of assistance to us are very few. Our children, our spouses, our family members, our friends, then none of them know how to go about helping us. Even though they very much want to, they don't know how. So on account of this, we don't receive the help that we need. So before we reach this time, before we reach the moment of death, what we should learn about is what to do to help ourselves, in addition to what we can do to help others who are also who face death. And if we do this, then we will know what to do for ourselves, and we will also be in a position to assist others.
然后人类历史上就是人走的时候，他们以为是帮助他的一些方法，其实懂的人懂道理的人看起来是非常的荒唐，非常的荒谬比如说过去很早很早的时候，有些国王去世的时候，有一大堆人就是送国王送葬活人就是活埋他们以为这个是帮助到这个人，但是呢，这个是对他最大的这个伤害。
In human history, there have been many ways that there have been many ways for assisting people at the time of their death, that when looked at from a reasonable perspective, in fact, can be seen as very absurd. So, for example, there are situations in history where ancient kings who have died have been buried alive have been buried with other people. This was felt to be of assistance to the dead king to be buried with live people. However, this in fact was the greatest harm that could be done to the king possible.
然后丈夫去世的时候，把妻子也跟丈夫一起烧掉他们认为这个可以帮助到他，其实这个就是对他最大的伤害。
Another example is in human history, when a husband has passed away, his wife was also burned with him. This was considered to be of benefit again. However, in actual fact, it was the most harmful thing that could be done.
然后有些人去世的时候，家人把很多的动物就是杀死很多动物，鸡羊牛等等，他们以为这个对他有利，其实这个 对他也是最大的伤害，没有利。
Another example is where family members of a deceased person have sacrificed many animals on behalf of the deceased person, such as chickens and cows, etc. They believe that doing so would be of benefit to the deceased person, but again, this is an example of action that was extremely harmful.
然后有钱的人去世的时候，金银珠宝等很多东西跟他一起埋葬，他们以为这个对他有帮助，其实也没有任何的帮助。
Another example is of extremely rich people who die and then they are buried with various precious items and substances, again thinking this would be of benefit to them, but in actual fact it's of no benefit whatsoever.
这些方法因为他们不了解死亡，他们不了解死亡的时候到底发生了什么，所以他们也不知道这个时候怎么样正确的帮助他们。
So all of these practices are based on a lack of understanding of death, a lack of understanding as to what happens when we die. So on account of this, these actions demonstrate a lack of understanding as to how the dead person can be properly assisted.
那么如果是一个修心人修心的这个修心的境界比较不错比较高的人来说这个我们昨天讲过了，死亡就是一个机会，对他们来说死亡就是一个机会，一个修心的机会。也许如果他把握得好的话，也许在这个当中他没有下意识，就在这个当中就成佛，也有这样子的可能。
If the person who dies is a Dharma practitioner of a relatively advanced level of realization, then as we mentioned last night, such practitioners view death as an opportunity for practice, because it is possible if they can deal with or navigate the dying process properly, that they can attain Buddhahood within this very lifetime.
那我们普通的人，我们没有这么修心的境界的人虽然我们不能说这个死亡就是一个修行的机会但是呢，我们任何一个人只要有这些方法到时候懂这些方法的话，就到时候我们可以把这一生的一些好的东西可以就连接到下一世连接到下一世，然后连接了以后呢，下一世可以更好的修心这个我们每一个人包括普通人也能做得到。
For ordinary people, however, without such a high level of realization and practice, it's perhaps not possible to say for them that death is an opportunity for practice. Yet, so long as ordinary people included understand these methods, then it is possible for them to connect positive qualities they have in this lifetime to their next lifetime, so that they are able to continue with their practice and practice better in their next lifetime. This is something that everyone, including ordinary people, are able to achieve.
首先我们给大家介绍临终的时候怎么样帮助自己然后呢我们再讲怎么样帮助临终的人我们怎么样帮助自己，怎么样帮助别人。
So first we're going to look at the time of death, how we go about assisting ourselves, and then we are going to look at how we go about assisting other people who are at the moment of death.
首先，生老病死就是一个我们的生命的自然的规律。除了我们的生命以外，我们昨天讲的这个我们这个宇宙当中的任何一个星球任何一个天体，它们都有生老病死都有每一个这个天体。然后呢，这个比如说地球上的每一根草，每一朵花，也有它的生，也有老，也有病，也有死。这个是我们的所有的包括这个植物天体这个大自然和我们人的自然的规律。所以首先我们要接受生老病死。
As for the process of birth, degeneration, illness and death, as we mentioned last night, this is a natural law underpinning all life forms and all forms of life. Besides ourselves, humans, this natural law operates in terms of the entire universe, whether it be other planets and other constellations in the universe. All of these phenomena are subject to the law of birth, degeneration, illness and death. In fact, every blade of grass is too. All plants, all stars, planets, etc., phenomena in the natural world, and humans all are subject to this law of coming into existence, of aging, of becoming ill and then dying. So the first thing that we need to do is to accept this natural law of birth, degeneration, illness and death.
我们绝大多数的人的做法是什么呢？我们拒绝生老病死。但是呢，比如说像死亡这样子的事情，我们很拒绝但是呢，我们不会去采取措施那么有拒绝不想死亡，然后又不去想任何的这个办法不采取措施，那么这个就是一个矛盾，这就是一个非常幼稚的想法，也是一个非常矛盾的做法。
The majority of people, however, refuse this natural law of birth, degeneration, illness and death. In particular, death, this is something that many people refuse or reject. And on account of this, they don't take any measures in the face of death. They don't want to die, and yet they don't take any measures in respect of their death. In fact, this is a very contradictory and very childish position to have.
那么佛教的方法呢，首先让我们接受这些事实这些都是事实没有办法拒绝的但是有办法，我们通过一种方法把它们都可以转换为另外一种力量本来比如说生老病死然后我们没有什么方法的话，它对我们的伤害很大但是如果我们有一种方法的话，那么这些不但是对我们没有太大的伤害，而且在比如说生病的时候衰老的过程当中，然后死亡的过程当中，我们可以提升自己的级别。所以如果我们懂得这些方法的话，任何一个时候都有希望包括死亡的时候，临终的时候都有新的希望和可以有新的追求。
The Buddhist approach, however, is to first have us accept the reality of this natural law, because it is not one that we are able to reject, however much we might like to. Through the Buddhist approach, it is possible for us to transform the experience of the process of birth, degeneration, illness, and death, so that it can be transformed into a different kind of power for us. Of course, without knowing the method for doing so, then these processes or stages are quite harmful to us. However, if we are in possession of a proper method for dealing with them, then they are not so harmful or dangerous. So, for example, sickness and aging and death, if we are equipped with methods for dealing with them, then it's actually possible to use these stages or processes to elevate the level of our minds. So if we are in possession of the methods, if we're familiar with them, then all of these stages present opportunities for new hope, including death.
人到了临终的时候呢，大家都觉得一切都结束了没有任何的希望然后就很失望、恐惧就是在这样子的这个状态当中离开。但是呢佛教就告诉我们，我们的生命其实不是那么简单的，它不会这样子结束，所以临终的时候也有新的希望，也有新的追求。这个时候如果我们自己稍微有一点点训练的话，这个时候有很多事情我们可以做。
So people at the moment of death tend to think that everything is finished, that there is no hope left, and as a result of this they feel fearful and they feel hopeless. However, from a Buddhist point of view, life is nowhere near as simple as this, and it's not the case, in fact, that our life is coming to an end. So therefore, from a Buddhist point of view, death is a time when it is possible for us to have new hopes and new purposes. In fact, armed with a bit of training, there is much that we can do for ourselves at the time of death.
首先我们介绍一下大乘佛教修菩提心的人临终的时候可以做什么修菩提心的人临终的时候通过五种力量通过五种力量来迎接这个死亡我们现在给大家介绍这个五种力量。
So what I'd like to first introduce is how Mahayana practitioners of bodhicitta, that is Mahayana practitioners who have cultivated bodhicitta, what they can do at the time of death. And primarily I'll be talking about 5 powers that they can apply in order to face or greet death as it comes.
首先密宗里面呢有很多观察自己的这个死亡的时间的一些方法我们的比如说2年3年或者是几个月以后死亡的话，它就会提前就会有一些人的身体的某些局部的变化，会有一些变化那如果发现了这样子的变化的话，那密法里面呢也有一些长寿的这个仪轨这个时候呢可以做这些长寿的仪轨。为什么呢因为我们人的这个生命是非常有价值，非常有意义当然每一个众生的生命都是有价值，但是人因为 如果他多活一天多活1个月他也可以做很多事情，做很多有意义的事情。所以呢，如果能够延寿能够延长我们的寿命的话，尽量的延长寿命密法里面有很多的方法。如果发现实在是没有办法延寿一定要走了这样子的话，那我们开始这个做好走的准备。
In the Vajrayana tradition, there are many different methods for observing signs that augur an impending death. So it's possible to rely on these methods to predict whether or not death will happen in 2 or 3 years, or perhaps in a few months' time. So if these signs of death manifest, then it's possible to do long life liturgies, to carry out long life rituals. And why is this something that we can do? Well, the reason is that human life is very precious. Indeed, all life is precious, but human life in particular, if we are able to live just one more day or an extra few months, then there is much that we can do in this time. So if it's possible, we should extend our life, and there are many methods in the Vajrayana tradition for doing so. However, if this is not possible, it's not possible to extend a lifetime through these methods, then we have to begin the process of preparing to die.
首先第一个叫做善终离善的种子善的种子，心善善根的种子叫做善终离那么善终离是什么样子呢？首先我们确定自己要走了这样子的时候呢，就把自己的所有的这个财产包括自己的房子、车子，还有这个银行的积蓄所有的东西就要捐赠平时把这些钱拿去做一些善事做什么善事呢？什么善事都可以，主要是自己认为哪一个善事是最有意义最能够帮助到别人最能够利益到很多人的这种事情就选一个这样子的事情，然后呢把自己的所有的东西捐赠人没有走之前就把自己的东西都捐捐了以后呢然后第一个就是走的时候就没有什么留恋，当然如果要分配给儿女等等也包括在里面那么就是全部处理，主要是捐赠就是做一些善事这是第一个。
So the first of the 5 powers is the power of seeds of merit, or the power of the meritorious seed. And what this refers to is as a practitioner is approaching death, they gather together their property, their money, their savings, their apartment, etc., and they give them away, or they donate them to some kind of positive cause. And in terms of the various positive causes to which we can donate our possessions, there are many. It doesn't matter what it is, so long as we feel that the purpose for which we are donating our belongings is the most meaningful one, that this cause is able to benefit a great many people. So before we die, we need to choose how we are going to donate our money and make arrangements to do so, to give away our possessions. And then after we have done this, after we die, the benefit is that we then have nothing left over. So if we are going to leave some money to our sons and daughters, this needs to be these arrangements need to be made before our death too. But the main thing here is that we donate our possessions to a positive or beneficial cause.
临终的时候，对自己的这个财产的这个眷恋，还有对自己的亲人等等的这些世俗的眷恋，是这个是一个最大的障碍，最大的阻碍之一。所以呢，就是往生的时候去世的时候呢，一定要放下这个留恋否则的话走不好的。
At the time of death, attachments and clinging to our possessions and our family members, these kinds of worldly attachments and clingings are the greatest obstacle that we can have at this time. So we need to let go of our attachments, our worldly attachments at this time. If we are not able to do so, then we won't die well.
有一个故事释迦牟尼佛在世的时候，在佛陀的身边有一个出家人，然后呢，这个出家人他有一个钵就是出家人吃饭用的碗出家人吃饭用的碗那么他没有别的东西一个钵就是出家人吃饭用的一个钵一个碗值多少钱？不值什么钱，但是呢这个不是值钱不值钱的问题，就是要看他有没有执着。如果他有执着，虽然这个不值钱，但是呢对他是一个很大的障碍。那么这个出家人死的时候呢，他对他的钵有这个执着，然后就是有留恋，他放不下这个钵，其实就这么一个吃饭的碗而已。但是呢临终的时候呢，他就是比较喜欢他的这个钵然后后来就在这个钵里面呢变成了一条蛇它变成一条蛇肯定是还有其他的原因的这个不可能因为他喜欢他的钵就变成一条蛇，这个不可能，也有其他的原因但是其中一个最近的原因肯定是有很多的原因。任何比如说一朵花要长出来要生长，也不是一个因一个缘，有很多的原因才可以长出来。同样的，它也有会有很多因缘，但是其中一个最近的一个因缘，就是他临终的时候留恋他的钵就最后就是在这个钵里面呢就变成了一条蛇，然后释迦牟尼佛亲自来超度就是有这样子的事情。所以一个出家人就是一个钵不是什么值钱的然后呢是一个出家人也总得应该有一点点这个修心但是呢临终的时候如果搞不好的话，那就会出现这样子的问题。所以临终的时候我们一定要注意，这个时候是一个非常关键的时刻。
So there is a story that took place during the time of the Shakyamuni Buddha. There was a monk, and he was in a possession of an alms bowl. He had nothing besides this. This was his only possession, and the bowl wasn't worth anything, but its value was not the important thing. It was his degree of attachment to the bowl. And if in the existence of attachment, then this is an obstacle. So when the monk died, or was facing death, he felt very attached to this bowl of his. He was not able to let it go, even though it was just a bowl. At the time when he was dying, he felt great attachment and liking for his bowl. So on account of this, a snake appeared in his alms bowl. And of course there were no doubt many causes and conditions for the appearance of a snake. For example, when a flower grows, there are many different causes and conditions that need to be present in order for this to happen. However, in terms of the snake appearing in the alms bowl, the most proximate cause was the monk's attachment to his bowl, and therefore a snake appeared. And given the appearance of this snake, the Buddha had to personally come and ritually preside over the soul of the deceased monk. So in fact, the time of death is an extremely critical one. It's one that we need to pay great attention to, and particularly this issue of not being attached to our possessions.
所以我们帮助临终的人的时候这个他的比如说一个人即将要去世这样子的话，那么他的床前他的这个房间就是他非常容易看到的地方，就不能放任何有可能他产生留恋眷恋的贪心的这样子的东西都不能放的。
So for this reason, when we help someone, when we are helping someone who is dying, we shouldn't put objects in their proximity, such as by their bed or in their bedroom or in another place that it's easy for them to see. We shouldn't place any objects that are likely to give rise to greed or yearning or desire or attachment on the part of the person who is dying.
然后他的儿女亲人等等不能在他的床边哭闹这个声音对他就变成他的一个最大的阻碍，所以这个时候呢，就最好有一个比较懂这个方法的人鼓励他就是放下所有的这些眷恋，让他走好不能在他的旁边就哭闹，这样子对他非常的不利。
So, children of the dying person and family members of the dying person shouldn't cry or be upset in the proximity of the person who is dying. The sound of family members being upset and crying is a great obstacle for the person who is dying. So it is best if someone who has good familiarity with the methods that we are talking about can be by the side of the person who is dying and encourage them to give up their attachments. The people by the side of the person dying shouldn't cry or otherwise demonstrate signs of being upset. This is very unbeneficial for the person dying.
好，然后第二个力量叫做愿力就是心愿，这个时候要发愿许愿。发什么愿呢？临终的时候要发愿愿我临终的时候，中阴的时候还有来世生生死死都拥有菩提心，拥有菩提心，愿我生生死死不离开菩提心。这是第一。第二愿我下意识 生生死死都能够遇到这个给我讲菩提心的善知识就是要发这两个愿，这两个愿在临终的时候发了这样子的愿那么下一世他不管投身到什么样的环境什么样的文化背景都没问题，他一定会继续发菩提心，继续会修心。
So the second of the 5 powers is the power of prayer, and in this the kind of prayer that we are talking about is one where the dying practitioner prays that during the death process as well as in the next life and indeed in all lives to come that they firstly have bodhicitta, are able to be in possession of bodhicitta, that they never be apart or distant from bodhicitta. This is the first aspiration or prayer that is made. And the second aspiration or prayer is similarly through the death process in the next life and in all lives to come, to always encounter a spiritual friend or a spiritual guide who is able to teach them bodhicitta. And as so long as we make these 2 aspirations or prayers, then in the next life, regardless of where we are reborn, in what cultural context, etc., we will always be able to continue our cultivation of bodhicitta and continue in our practice.
然后第3叫做破离破坏离或者是破除离那破坏什么呢就是要破坏我的我执那这个时候我现在为什么死亡，为什么衰老，为什么生病就是因为有我执因为有我执，我从无始以来到现在到今天经历了无数的这个生死都是因为有这个我执。如果我把这个我执还不把它破除的话不把它断掉，不把它铲除的话，那么我再过几百万年几千亿年也是这样子，我永远都这个生死轮回当中摆脱不了，我永远都会像现在这样子，要面临死亡，要面临这个衰老，要面临一切所以我一定要铲除这个我执，我一定要把这个我执断掉要这样子这个下决心。还有就是发愿我愿我能够这个断除我执证悟空心临终的时候要发这样子的愿，这也是非常重要的一个。
So the third of the 5 powers is the power of destruction. And what is it that we are destroying here? Well, it is our ego clinging, our self-clinging. The reason that we are undergoing the process of aging, dying, and death is on account of our self-clinging, our clinging to the ego. From beginningless time, our rebirth over such a long period of time has come about on account of our clinging to self. And so we need to realize that if we are not able to eliminate this self-clinging, then we will continue to cycle in cyclic existence for a very long time to come. It won't be possible for us to escape the cycle of rebirth. So, therefore, in order for us to be able to transcend the cycle of dying, of illness, of degeneration, and of dying, it is necessary for us to eliminate this ego clinging. So in terms of the power of destruction, we make a very strong resolve to eliminate ego clinging and to release empty and to realize emptiness.
第4个
第4个叫做因法离。因法离因法离是什么意思呢？我们的意识就有一种功能比如说我们没有手表没有闹钟这样子的情况下，比如说明天3点钟我要起床的话，那这个我睡觉之前就是要就想我一定要明天3点钟起床，我一定要起床多想几次，然后呢睡着了，那明天3点钟的时候一定会醒过来的这个是我们的意识，它就有一个这样子的功能，这个功能叫做因法因法离。那么临终的时候我们用这个用到什么地方呢？这个时候我们首先就是就心里想，我等一下我到这个中阴的时候我一定要想起菩提心我一定要不能忘掉菩提心我到中阴的时候，中阴省的时候，我一定要发菩提心然后通过这个中阴，然后我投生的时候同样我也一定要发菩提心，我千万不能忘掉，我一定要发菩提心这样子这个多想几次这个跟自己的这个内心当中就储存了一个东西，一个能量，然后呢到了中阴的时候呢，那它一定会发挥作用，那个时候它菩提心一定会有的那么中阴的人有一个菩提心，那就不得了了这个就是一个很大的帮助为什么这么说？因为中阴省的时候呢，比如说一根很粗的木头，很粗的木头，它在陆地上的时候我们要去动它这个要费很大的力气，动不了如果它在水面上那我们轻轻的就可以把它移动就可以移动同样的，我们人现在的时候呢，就像这个木头在陆地上的时候一样一般的这个年头这些对我们的作用不是很大。然后中阴省的时候，人的这个肉体没有了这个肉体以后呢，人善的念头恶的念头任何一个念头对他的作用对他的影响非常非常大一个很小的念头，善的念头完全足够他可以走一个很好的地方，这个一个很小的不好的念头也可以让他走很不好的地方。所以中阴的时候如果有菩提心那就所有问题都解决了，根本就不需要害怕所以这个临终的时候，这个因法力是非常非常重要
So the fourth power is the power of intention, or the power of making a plan. And this power is based on the capacity for our minds to be able to plant a thought in advance that then enables us to follow through on the thought. For example, if we don't have a watch or an alarm clock, it's possible before we go to sleep by reminding ourselves several times that tomorrow morning we absolutely need to get up at 3 o'clock for us to be able to wake up precisely at 3 o'clock on account of having reminded ourselves several times before we went to bed. So this is a capacity that our minds have. It's the capacity of being able to sow an intention in our own minds. So if before we die, it is very important to make the intention that when we die, we must remember bodhicitta during the dying process, as well as during the intermediate or bardo state, we must generate bodhicitta. And during our stage of rebirth, we absolutely mustn't forget bodhicitta. So these are things that we need to remind ourselves of many, many times during the dying process. And doing so will plant a kind of power in our mind stream, which will then, in fact, manifest results during the dying process. If we are able to generate bodhicitta during the intermediate state, then this will be of great assistance to us. So we can think of a very heavy, thick piece of wood. If we try to move it when it's resting on solid ground, when it's resting on the earth, it's very difficult for us to do it. However, if the piece of wood is floating on water, then suddenly it becomes very easy for us to move it around. And it's the same with our minds. At the moment, our minds are like on solid earth, on solid ground. However, during the intermediate state, during the bardo, when we don't have a physical body, then in terms of our thoughts, any thought that we give rise to is very powerful, can have very great consequence. So just one small positive thought during this time can be enough to ensure that we receive, that we have rebirth in a very positive state. And just one small negative thought can be enough for us to have rebirth in a very negative state. So if we are able to generate bodhicitta during the intermediate state, then there is absolutely no reason for us to have fear whatsoever. We will necessarily have a very positive rebirth. So therefore, at the time of dying, the power of making a plan or the power of intention is extremely important.
好，最后一个就叫做传习离啊，传习就是修心。过去的这个修心所修的东西就在这个时候要用所以叫做传习过去所传习的这些内容，也就是说我们之前所修的这些法在这个时候要用那么作为一个修菩提心的人来说，那这个时候呢世俗菩提心我们刚才已经讲过了，然后现在这个时候需要的是生意菩提心，生意菩提心就是证悟空心但是如果我们在这个之前没有证悟的话这个时候这个确实是用不上，那么我们也要用其他的这个东西来代替。如果证悟了的人的话，那这个时候就很好办怎么呢？怎么办？这个时候呢先发菩提心我这一次的死亡我不应该害怕。为什么呢？我从无始以来这个经历了无数次的死亡但是这一次跟过去不一样因为过去我没有任何的这个诀窍没有任何的诀窍，那么这一次呢不一样，我有方法，我有这个诀窍诀窍就是我们怎么样去死亡，怎么样去投生的这些方法这个诀窍我有了，所以我不需要害怕那么我这一次呢通过这个诀窍通过这个大乘佛教的诀窍，我一定要投身到一个利益众生帮助众生的地方，然后继续度众生我一定要这么去做首先这样子发世俗的菩提心。
So the final power is the power of training or the power of familiarization. And in terms of this power, we are applying all that we have accomplished in our practice during our lives. So the content of what we have practiced, we need to apply at this point. So for a practitioner of bodhicitta, we've already talked about how we go about applying relative bodhicitta. What we really need at this point is ultimate bodhicitta, that is the realization of emptiness. However, if this is not something that we have realized during our life, then we're not in a position to be able to apply it. So we need something else to substitute for it at this point. However, for those who have realized emptiness during their lifetime, then it's this is very easy. First, what needs to be done is the practitioner makes an aspiration of relative bodhicitta. They recognize that now they are dying. However, there is no need to feel fear. Up until this point, over one's many lifetimes in the past, one recognizes that death is something they have undergone many times, but that this time it's different. Whereas during our previous deaths, we've had no method for approaching death. We've not had a method that has been able to assist us in knowing how to die or how to confront the process of rebirth. However, this time we are armed with such a method, and so there is no need for us to feel fear. And so at this point, the practitioner resolves that in relying on these Mahayana methods, in this time I must be reborn in a place where I can benefit all beings, and upon being reborn in such a place I will continue my work of benefiting all beings. So first the practitioner makes an aspiration of relative bodhicitta.
好，然后呢，主要是这个生以的菩提心真悟空心的人最后的这个阶段最后阶段的时候呢，然后就安住就在这个空心的境界当中，然后反复的去修，安住在这个空心的境界当中，然后呢，最后一刻端起的时候，延起的时候呢，就在这个空心的境界当中端起延起那这样子就是可以连接到中阴身的这个法身我们昨天讲过了，中阴身的时候呢，有这么一个阶段，它是只有佛心如来藏，没有任何其他的杂念的，它可以连接到这个状态当中，然后有可能直接就成佛如果境界稍微比较高的话，成佛都有可能。
So having made an aspiration of relative bodhicitta, the main thing in terms of this power is ultimate bodhicitta. So during the final stage of dying, the practitioner abides in a state of emptiness, continually abides in this state until their final breath. And if they are able to continue to abide in this state, then they can it's possible for them to connect with the Dharmakaya in the intermediate state. As we mentioned before, there is a time after we die during which a brief instant during which there is nothing except Buddha nature, and it is possible by abiding in a state of emptiness during the dying process to directly continue or connect with this state, and for a practitioner of a relatively advanced level, it's possible to attain Buddhahood.
这个方法这五个五理，这五个都是一个这个完整的一个临终的诀窍从处理自己的财产到最后的这个延期断期，这个中间应该去想什么，应该去做什么这个全部一个完整的一个方法但是 还没有证悟的人来说，这最后的一个环节可能用不上，所以我们介绍另外一个。
So these 5 powers represent a complete set of methods for dealing with the dying process, for dealing with death, from how to deal with our possessions to what we should do at the time of our final breath. These 5 powers instruct us on what to do and what to think throughout the entire process. However, for someone who has not realized emptiness during their lifetime, the final power is not one that they are able to apply. So for this reason, I'd like to introduce another method that can be used in this event.
另外一个方法呢，这个里面有一个方法，就是3想3不想3想，首先要去想什么呢？首先我们确定自己要往生这样子的时候这个不管是我自己知道要往生或者是医生告诉他，或者是医生没有直接告诉他，但是呢，他从身边的人的这个态度看得出来等等，就是确定最后就是确定已经不行了，已经快要走了这样子的时候呢临终这个时候我觉得我们应该还另外再学一下这个临终的时候有几个是医学上不讲的，但是呢密法里面讲密法里面讲一些这个叫做阴魔次第阴魔就是我们的眼耳鼻舌身，那这些慢慢的停止工作的时候呢，有一些这个有一些前兆那这个我们就以后有再学一下那个比较有用的然后呢我们比如说医生告诉我们了就是比如说就24小时或者是几个小时之内会这个去世或者是自己知道通过各种各样的渠道知道的时候呢，然后3想3不想，这个时候要用3想，首先第一就是要想起菩提心，这个我们刚才已经讲过了，是一样的一定要这个时候要发菩提心，一定要想到菩提心，这是第一。
So this alternate set of methods is called the 3 thoughts to have and the 3 thoughts to abandon. So if we have established with certainty that we are going to die, whether we know it for ourselves or whether the doctor has told us or whether we can gather that this is the situation based on the attitudes of those around us, in terms of knowing that death is going to take place very soon, there are different signs that are mentioned in the Vajrayana tradition. They're not signs that are spoken about in the medical discipline. However, these signs, such as the serial collapse of our sense faculties, are very useful for us to know about, and we should learn about these more in the future. In any case, if the doctor tells us that we have less than 24 hours to live, or we know for ourselves that we are going to die very rapidly, then we need to apply these 3 thoughts, the 3 thoughts to have and the 3 thoughts to abandon. So in terms of the 3 thoughts to have or the 3 thoughts to bear in mind, the first of these is bodhicitta. So again, just as we mentioned before, we need to think of bodhicitta. We need to remind ourselves not to forget bodhicitta. This is very important.
第二个就是要想起自己的上师或者佛菩萨，然后祈祷临终的时候，这个非常重要的自己的根本上师，然后就是像阿弥陀佛或者是其他的佛菩萨都是一样临终的时候想起佛菩萨上师，然后祈祷，这个是非常重要。
So the second thought to bear in mind is to think of one's Lama, to think of one's spiritual guide, one's root teacher, to bring them to mind and to pray to them. This is very important, whether it be our own teacher or it be the Amitabha Buddha or indeed any Bodhisattva or Buddha, it's all the same. It's very important at the time of death that we think of them and pray to them as well.
第三个就是我们刚才我们前面提到的这个第一个就是菩提心，第二个是上师，第三个呢就是学密的人我想我们还没有学密法的话，就暂时用不上。如果学了密法的，平时修本尊的人这个时候要想到自己的身体跟本尊比如说我们修这个观世音菩萨或者是文殊菩萨等等这些本尊这个时候要想到我自己的身体跟本尊是无二无别的但是这个我们平时没有修密法的人暂时用不上也没关系，就用前面的两个可以，这三个叫做三想，要想到自己的身体跟本尊无二无别。
So the first of the three thoughts to bear in mind is bodhicitta. The second is to think of one's lama. And the third of the three thoughts to bear in mind is to visualize one's own idam, deity, and to visualize one's own body as inseparable with the deity. This third thought is not one that we are able to apply unless we are Vajrayana practitioners. Until we have begun to engage in Vajrayana practice, then this is not particularly applicable to us. However, for practitioners who have individual deities, whether it be Tenresig or Manjushri, then at this point we visualize one's own body as being inseparable from the idam. So this is the third of the three thoughts. If we are not Vajrayana practitioners, no problem, we can just apply the first two of these three thoughts.
好，然后三不想第一个对自己的财产不能财产还有家人不能有任何的这个留恋但是一般是就完全没有是很难做到，但是要尽量。
So now we move on to the three thoughts to abandon. And the first of these is to abandon any clinging or attachment to our possessions or to our family members. Of course, for most people, it is very difficult or impossible to have no attachment or clinging whatsoever. However, we should do our best not to have attachment and clinging.
如果没有丝毫的牵挂，安心的走没有任何的这个留恋这是最好最理想的，这样子一定会走得很好。
If we are able to have no attachment or clinging whatsoever, not even a trace of clinging or attachment, this is the most ideal situation, and we will certainly die in a very positive way.
第二个临终的时候呢，不要想我们之前做过的这些罪过 这个时候我们临终的时候害怕，然后就过去所做的这些杀盗淫妄的这些罪过，然后都去想，然后就产生了后悔，然后又害怕，这样子的话那一定会走不好的。所以呢，没有到临终之前我们要把这个忏悔这些全部做好。临终的时候呢，不要对自己的这个罪业产生后悔，也不要去想它这个时候这个忏悔这个时候的这种后悔这个时候就不能成为一个忏悔，这个时候就不是一个帮助我们平时我们比如说我们随时随地忏悔自己的罪过是好事但是临终的时候就想这么多，然后又去后悔，然后这样子心里很慌这样子走不好。所以呢，临终的时候呢，这些罪过都可以忽略，都不要去想，这个时候想了没有用。
So the second thought to abandon, or the second thought not to entertain, is thoughts of past wrongdoings. So if we, at the time of death, think about our past wrongdoings, then, for example, we will feel very scared, we will feel frightened, thinking of our past negative conduct, killing, stealing, lying, etc. Thinking about these things will give rise to regret, and then regret will lead to fear. So prior to our death, what we should do is properly confess our wrongdoings, because at the time of death, if we give rise to regret, then this regret will lead to fear. And so we shouldn't think of our wrongdoings, and we shouldn't give rise to regret. The reason being that, generally speaking, thinking about our wrongdoings and feeling regret, generating regret for our wrongdoings is positive. However, at the time of death, doing so will be of no benefit to us whatsoever. It will lead us to feel fearful, it will lead us to feel panicky. So at this time, there is no point in thinking about past wrongdoings. It will be of no use to us whatsoever.
第三，对死亡不能有恐惧不能有恐惧，这个时候不要害怕死亡。如果这个时候对这个死亡有恐惧那么这样子的话，我们本来是就做了一些准备，但是呢，一害怕了以后呢，所有都乱逃。所以这个时候呢，要淡定不能害怕，要勇敢的面对，这是第三。
So the third thought to abandon is thoughts of fear about death. At the time of death, we shouldn't feel fearful towards death. If we've made some preparations for our death and then fear takes over, then everything will be of no use to us. So we need to be courageous in the face of death.
好，最后一个是非常非常关键的我们刚才的这个三不想都全部做好，这些都是一个准备的工作。准备工作做好了以后呢，现在就是真正的就是往生的时候。那这个时候呢就是首先我们如果这个时候能够这个大坐的姿势身体如果能够做这个姿势，就做大坐的时候，我们前几天讲过做这个姿势如果不行的话呢，还有一个更好的这个姿势我们在南传佛教的很多的寺庙里面呢，看到了卧佛释迦牟尼佛圆寂的时候的这个姿势右侧朝下然后呢右手放在这个头下面放头下面，然后呢这个左侧这个朝上，然后这个左手放在这个左腿上 啊，然后这个姿势头朝北啊，头朝背啊，然后呢脚朝这个南啊，这个姿势啊，这个姿势光是这个姿势都是有一个非常非常加持的，有加持的。比如说我们的宠物狗、宠物猫啊要死了啊，给它做这个姿势的话，至少意识当中它是不会堕恶趣的啊，不会堕地狱，不会堕这个恶鬼。意识以后呢，因为这是一个姿势而已，它没有太大的力量，所以说不清楚。但是呢，当时是不会这意识当中它是不会堕恶趣的。所以包括动物都是一样啊，人也是一样啊，做这个姿势，这个非常重要。临终的时候做这个姿势，自己也要做这个姿势。然后呢，我们帮助临终的人的时候呢，也要给别人临终的人也要做这个姿势，头朝北，这个姿势是非常有用的。
So, having attended to the 3 thoughts to bear in mind and the 3 thoughts to abandon, we have completed the preparatory stage of dying, and now we move on to the actual dying process. So, if we are in this situation, if it's possible for us to sit in the meditation posture, then we should do so. If it's not possible to do so, then there's an even better pose that we can posture that we can assume. And in the Theravada tradition, or in the Theravada monasteries, many of you have no doubt seen images of the reclining or sleeping Buddha. And so in this posture, the dying person lies on their right, with their right hand under their head, supporting their head, and their left hand then rests on their left thigh. Their head is oriented to the north and their feet are oriented to the south. This posture, just this posture, has great blessing. If, for example, our own pet, a dog or a cat, is dying, and then if we are able to ensure that they die in this posture, then for at least one lifetime, it can be guaranteed they won't descend to the lower realms. Of course, this is just a posture, so it's not possible to say anything beyond one lifetime. However, animals and humans are the same in this respect. So, whether it be for oneself or others, this posture is very advantageous to adopt at the time of death. The head to the north is very important.
好，然后做好了这个姿势以后然后呢，我们在我们的头顶观想自己的根本上师和比如说观世音菩萨无二无别，或者是这个释迦牟尼佛，或者是阿弥陀佛或者是只观想自己的上师对上师特别有信心的人，直接可以观想自己的上师。然后呢，也可以把这个佛菩萨和自己的根本上师观想为一体都可以观想在自己的前面然后呢，我们自己的这个身体身体里面呢，就观想一个叫做中脉中脉的这个出息是我们的倒数第2个手指叫做无名指每个人自己的无名指的出息出息，就这么一个管道，就像一个管子一样，从肚脐下面4个手指丹田从这地方一直这个管道就通到这个头顶这个发旋，我们每一个人都头上有一个发旋这个地方叫做翻穴这个一个穴位穴位翻穴，这个地方这个上面是打开的打开的，下面是堵住的就观想一个这样子的管道这个叫做中脉 观想一个这样子的，这是一个人体的一个脉，然后这个脉的心口这个地方观想自己的意识自己的意识就是观想一个光的形式一个很小很小的光就像一粒豌豆这么大的一个光明亮的光实际上这个是我们自己的意识，但是呢它的心识就是一个光的心识观想在心间。
So after we have assumed this posture, then we go on to visualize our root teacher in front of us. It's possible for us above our head. It's possible for us to visualize our own Lama. It's also possible to visualize Chenresig or the Shakyamuni Buddha or Amitabha. If we have great faith in our own teacher, then we can simply visualize our own teacher, or it's possible to visualize our own teacher and the other Buddhas as one entity. After we have done this, then we visualize in terms of our body, our central channel. So our central channel is a channel that extends from 4 finger widths below our navel to the crown of our heads, to the point at the crown of our heads, the fontanelle at the top of our heads. This central channel is as thick as our 4th finger, and the channel is blocked at the base at the bottom and is open at the top. So we visualize at a midway point on the channel that is at our heart, our consciousness as a drop of light, the size of a pea. So we visualize our consciousness in the form of this bright drop. We visualize this at the point of our heart.
好，然后呢，我们这个观想好了以后然后我们观想这个意识光的心识的仪式快速的从我们的这个中脉出去，通过这个头顶的翻穴出去，然后就进入我们所观想的这个佛菩萨或者是上师的心间融入了上师的心间。然后呢，我们观想我们的心、我们的意识、我们的灵魂跟上师佛菩萨的智慧融为一体然后呢，如果想往生西方极乐世界的话，那么最后就观想上师要越来越高，越来越高，最后就是就去西方极乐世界，把自己也带走这是一个观想的方法。
So after we have visualized our consciousness as a drop of light the size of a pea at the point of our heart, we visualize our consciousness leaving our body through the top of our head, through the crown of our head, and entering into the heart of our teacher before us. And in so doing so, we visualize that our consciousness is mingling with our teacher's wisdom so that they become one, inseparable. And if we are wishing to be reborn in Amitabha's Pure Land, then at this point we can also visualize our teacher gradually traveling higher and higher until they finally take us away.
好，然后呢，我们这个时候还断不了气，这样子的话呢，反复的重复这个观想直到走，直到咽气为止， 这样子反复的去修，那就一定能够往生西方极乐世界，或者是一定能够解脱。有些时候呢，我们如果对空心稍微有一点点这个熟悉有一点点这个修行的经验的话，那我们可以把我们的心融入到上师的这个心间，佛菩萨的心间，然后呢，我的心跟这个佛菩萨上师的心融为一体以后呢，然后这个就安住在这个空心当中什么都不想，安住在空心当中这个当中延期，在这个过程当中延期也是非常好的。但是我们对空心一无所知的人来说，前面的就是比较方便，我们把我们的灵魂意识融入到上师心间，然后上师佛菩萨，也就是就最后往生到西方极乐世界，把自己也带走然后这个时候就不要害怕，不要这个紧张不要这个心慌，这时候呢就淡定的反复的去这么去观想，在这个当中能够延期，能够走，那一定是走得非常好的，这是一个非常好的方法。
So if we don't draw our final breath at this point, then we should continue doing this visualization until we finally do draw our final breath, performing this visualization over and over. And if we are able to die whilst performing this kind of this visualization, then it is certain that we will be able to achieve rebirth in Amitabha's Pure Land or achieve liberation from cyclic existence. If we have some familiarity with emptiness, that is, we have some realization of emptiness, then it's also possible for us at this time to mingle our mind with the mind of our teacher. And in mingling our minds with our teachers in a state of inseparability, then we can just abide in emptiness, in a state of no thought. And if we die we draw our last breath in this state, then this is a very good way to die. However, for those practitioners who have not realized emptiness, then the first method that we introduced, that whereby we visualize our teacher traveling higher and higher and finally taking us with them, is a good way to practice, a good way to visualize. There's no, we shouldn't be fearful, we shouldn't be anxious, we need to calmly and courageously visualize in this way, and if we're able to do so, it is certain that we will die well. It's a very good method.
如果这些方法做得好的话，那就不会有中阴就直接就往生西方极乐世界，或者是成佛都有可能。如果这些都没有做好的话，那我们最后还是会来到中阴中阴我们昨天讲过了，中阴身的人他非常的聪明的然后但是呢开始的时候呢他还不知道他自己死了，然后就给家里的人说话，那家里人不理他的时候，然后他立即就想到有可能他就死了那么他就去看这个找金子踩沙滩或者是雪地，然后没有脚印没有自己的影子，这样子的时候呢，他立即感觉到死了那这个时候如果没有修行那就会出现很多恐怖的现象那这时候最关键的是一个是什么呢？如果发现了自己死了那这个时候应该怎么办呢？立即就观想观世音菩萨，观想观世音菩萨，然后祈祷观世音菩萨往生西方极乐世界这个时候立即要想到这个我们生前的时候呢也要做好准备万一有一天我 这样子我一定要想起这些事情啊。那这个我们有一个专门的这个训练的修法，但是这个需要基础啊，我们先修四加行和五加行，然后灌个顶啊，然后灌了顶以后呢，然后就是可以去修这些法啊，这个有专门的训练的方法，做一点啊，稍微做一点训练啊，到时候一定会用得上的。但是没有基础的话，这些训练都没办法做，所以希望大家啊，从出离心，从四加行开始，一步一步的去修啊。我们讲了这么多，然后呢，没有人去修，没有人去用啊，那就等于就是没有用啊，等于就是白讲啊。所以呢，希望大家努力啊。我前几天也讲过了，有心理学家啊实验过，我们的这些担忧，各种各样的担忧当中，70%都是我们多余的，根本就不会发生的。但是死亡是绝对会发生的啊，中阴身这些是绝对要面临的，所以这个时候我们没有任何的准备，这个确实是非常非常恐怖的啊。所以呢，以后我们可以做一点训练，但是现在这个阶段呢，我们现在还有没有做好这个基础的这些修行，所以这个时候呢，我们只能提醒自己，如果万一有一天我这么做，那这个时候我发现我死了的时候呢，我不要慌张不要恐怖我立即就要想到观世音菩萨自己的上师，还有平时自己的本尊是什么就是要想到，我立即就要祈祷这样子的话，我们的这个中阴身的后面的这些都不会出现的。
So if we are able to visualize, do these visualizations well, then it's not necessary that we will pass into the intermediate state. It's possible for us to go straight to the Pure Land, or even to attain Buddhahood directly. However, if we're not able to do these visualizations well, then we will move on to the Bardo state. And as we spoke of yesterday evening, during the Bardo state, the mind of the deceased being is very clever. So first, the deceased being doesn't realize that they are dead. It's when they go to attempt to speak to their family members, and their family members don't pay attention to them, that they then begin to think that they might have died. And so they attempt to do various things in order to test whether they are still alive, and in discovering that they are leaving no footprints in the sand and casting no shadow, and in seeing that they don't make a reflection in water, they then realize that they are dead. For someone who is not a practitioner, at this point, many fearful appearances will begin to manifest. However, if we are a practitioner, then at the moment we realize that we have died, it is necessary to immediately visualize Chenresig and to immediately pray to Chenresig. Before we die, it's necessary that we familiarize ourselves with this practice. And there is, in fact, a very specific practice method, a method of practice that we can familiarize ourselves with, which is very beneficial at this point. However, in order to learn this practice, it's necessary that we've finished the preliminary practices and have received the necessary tantric empowerment, and then it's possible for us to learn this method and to become very familiar with this method, and it is one that can be of great assistance to us. However, without the proper foundations, it's not possible to engage in this method. So I very much hope that everyone engages in practice step by step. Over the last few nights, I've been emphasizing the importance of practice practice, and particularly following the proper steps of practice. If we give as many teachings as we do, but no one ultimately engages in practice, then there's not much point in it at all. So as I mentioned last night, it has been said that 70% of the things that we worry about won't in fact happen. However, death and the intermediate state are things that will necessarily happen. So if we have no preparation for these events, then it will be very, very terrifying indeed. So it's necessary for us to learn methods for dealing with them. However, since we don't have the proper foundations in place at the moment, it's not possible to talk more about these methods that can be used at this point. For the time being, the important thing is that when we reach this point of realizing that we have died, that we shouldn't feel fearful, we shouldn't feel anxious, and that we should immediately think of and pray to either our teacher, Chenrisig, or our own Idam deity.
这些都是正常的这个死亡的情况下用得上啊。然后有一个紧急情况下，比如说车祸大雷等等这样子的时候呢，有一个紧急的情况下用的一个这个往生的方法比如说听到大雷声还有就任何一个意外的事情发生的时候呢，然后就意识要专注到这个头顶翻斜这个地方专注到这个头顶的翻斜这地方那这样子，如果万一这个时候真的发生了，那么我们的意识往哪里这个专注到什么地方，就从这个地方出去的人的意识最后要离开这个身体最后离开这个身体的位置确实是有人的这个投身是非常有关系非常有关系。那么这个理由呢，我们可以慢慢的学，感兴趣的话以后可以慢慢学。有些人可能就觉得这个有点别扭，为什么呢？为什么这么有关系？不就是说因果善有善报，恶有恶报吗？为什么这个我们的这个身体出去的部位有关系呢？有，这也是其中一个因缘一个人投身到什么样的地方，当然主要是善恶因果，但是呢也有很多其他的因素，这些各种各样的因素就会决定我们的这个未来。所以如果我们的意识是能够从这个头顶翻斜的地方出去这样子的话，那么下意识这个不会堕恶鬼堕地狱这样子。所以呢在紧急情况下就是养成一个这样子的习惯的话，这个也是非常有用的。
So the methods that we have spoken about so far are ones that are able to be used in the event of a normal death. In the case of an exceptional death, such as death by being struck by lightning or a car accident, there is a special method that we can use in these kinds of situations. So if we hear the sound of lightning or another sign of a rapidly impending death, then we should concentrate our mind. We should concentrate our mind on the fontanelle, the crown of our head. Our consciousness will finally leave our body, and the point or the orifice from which our consciousness leaves our body has a very strong connection with the kind of rebirth that we will take in the next life. The reason for this is one that we can slowly study for ourselves. Of course, some people might think that this is extremely strange. If it is karmic cause and effect, our positive and negative karma, which determines the kind of rebirth that we have, then how is it that the point that our consciousness leaves our body can determine the kind of rebirth that we have? Well, there are many causes and conditions that are relevant to the many different causes and connections that are operational in terms of the kind of rebirth that we have. And of course, our karmic situation in terms of our positive and negative action is the most important factor. However, the point from which our consciousness leaves our body is also one cause and connection, is one cause and condition. So if it's possible, we should aim to have our consciousness leave our body through the crown of our head, and if this happens, then we won't descend to the lower realms in our next lifetime. So if we usually familiarize ourselves with this practice, it is of great benefit.
好，这些都是怎么样帮助自己的方法。然后接下来再介绍一下我们怎么样帮助临终的人。
So what we've covered so far are methods that we can use to assist ourselves in the dying process. I'd now like to speak about what we can do to assist others who are dying.
然后我们确定有一个人要离开了，这样子的话，首先这个我们刚才讲的这个身体的姿势卧佛的这个姿势卧佛的姿势就是头朝北，然后右侧向下这个姿势非常的重要。就是这个时候呢，如果有这个有条件的话，那这个要做好这个身体的姿势。
So once we have established with certainty that someone is going to die, firstly we should attend to their posture. If the conditions permit, we should ensure that they are in the posture of the sleeping Buddha that we just mentioned, that is, their head is pointing to the north and they are lying on their right side. If it is possible for this posture to be adopted, it's very important.
然后就是房间里面呢，不要有太多的人哭，太多的人闹，让他安心的走。这个时候呢，最好不要有其他儿女等等因为它容易产生眷恋。然后我们刚才也提到了，就是最好不要有他能够看到的地方，不要有任何他平时比较容易产生这个眷恋的就是他比较执着的东西都不要放在他看到的地方。然后人不要哭，不要闹，让他安心的走。
So the next thing is to ensure that there is no one crying and carrying on in the same room as the person who is dying. So for this reason, if it's best if their children are not present, since it's easy for them to give rise to clinging and attachment to their children. Similarly, objects to which the dying person feels attached, these should be not placed nearby them or in a place that it's easy for them to see. So in making sure that there's no one crying and carrying on, and that there aren't objects in their midst to which they feel attached, we should do our best to let the dying person pass in a state of peace of mind.
然后这个最后呢，我们用什么样的方法让他走，这个要看他自己的这个修行的功夫。如果他在生前有一定的这个修炼比如说他曾经修过这个往生的方法，藏传佛教里面呢有一个叫做婆瓦法，婆瓦就是从这个地方然后迁移到另外一个地方。比如说我们从这里 移民到西方极乐世界一样，这叫做破瓦那么移动，破瓦就是移动的意思，我们从这里移动到另外一个世界，就死亡就这么简单，从这里就搬到另外一个地方叫做破瓦。那这个破瓦如果他有训练，他有修行果的话，那我们应该给他用这个破瓦如果他在这个之前呢从来都没有训练过，那这个时候用不上，我们应该用其他的方法。
And finally, as to how we can assist the person who is dying to die, this really depends on their level of practice. If during their lifetime before their death, the person has had some practice experience, in particular if they are a practitioner of POA. POA is a method practice in Tibetan Buddhism which enables the deceased person to transfer their consciousness, rather like transferring oneself or migrating from this world to Amitabha's Pure Land. This is the POA practice. So if the person who is dying has familiarity with POA practice, then we should lead them in POA, and if not, then we should apply another method.
然后临终的时候我们就首先要告诉他，因为这个时候呢，他虽然是曾经修过POA，但是那个时候临终的时候，就人的这个身识有些时候有点模糊所以还是有人提醒有人给他提醒。那提醒的人最好，如果他的上师在附近的话，那一定要把上师找来给他讲给他做一个最后的指导，最后的引导然后呢，如果上师不在附近，那我们就找一个师兄那这个师兄也就是对这个破瓦的修法有一定的训练的人找一个这样子的师兄，然后这个师兄就给他讲你要怎么去观想，你要怎么去想，怎么去修，然后等一下会出现什么样的情况那个时候你怎么样去面对都给他讲好，然后就是给他超度，念这个破瓦的这个仪式就仪轨，念这个仪轨给他超度。
At the time of death, it's necessary to remind a practitioner of POA about how to go about the POA practice. When one is approaching death, even a practitioner who has experience of POA may be quite blurry, unclear about things. So it's necessary to remind them. If their own teacher or spiritual guide is close at hand, then they should be invited to the bedside of the dying person so that they can give final instructions and guidance. If the dying person's teacher is not available, then another Dharma brother or sister can be invited to the bedside to give instructions as to how to visualize and how to practice what will happen during the dying process and how the dying person should confront what happens. This person can also recite the POA liturgy to assist the consciousness of the dying person.
如果这个临终的人他对破瓦不熟悉，那他从来没有修过的话，那这个时候我们用了也没有，讲了也没有用，所以这个时候就用最简单的方法告诉他这个观想自己如果有上师的话，上师和这个阿弥陀佛如果他没有什么特定的上师，那就是观想，直接观想阿弥陀佛，然后让他全神贯注的祈祷阿弥陀佛，然后 不对这个世俗，对这个儿女财产都不要留恋啊，安心的走，要全神贯注专注的祈祷这个阿弥陀佛。然后这些都给他讲完了以后呢，然后身边有人帮他念佛超度，念南无阿弥陀佛。
If the person who is dying is not a practitioner of Poa or doesn't have familiarity with Poa practice, then instructing them in it is of no use. In this situation, we should instruct the dying person to visualize their teacher, their Lama, if they have one, together with Amitabha, or if the dying person doesn't have a particular root teacher, then they can just visualize Amitabha, and they should do this wholeheartedly, praying wholeheartedly to Amitabha. They should be instructed not to think of and have attachment for their possessions and sons and daughters, etc. So, in addition to this, those by the side of the dying person should chant the name of Amitabha and assist the consciousness of the dying person.
这个时候我们不管念婆瓦或者是念阿弥陀佛那助念的人帮他超度的人必须要注意3件事情，这个非常的关键。
So regardless of whether the Poa liturgy is being recited or the name of the Amitabha Buddha, those who are ritually assisting the person who is dying need to pay attention to 3 things. These are very important.
首先第一个是对亡者，对这个临终的人要有这个强大的慈悲心这个慈悲心越强，超度的力量就是越好。如果没有慈悲心以其他的目的去超度或者是比如说有人在给他念经那我也就是去念一念，实际上没有什么慈悲心这样子就是不会起到任何的作用。所以不管是念婆瓦或者是念佛号，前提的条件必须要对这个亡者，对这个临终的人必须要有很真诚的这个慈悲心，这个非常重要，这是第一个条件。
So the first of these things is that it is necessary for those who are assisting the dying person to have a very strong bodhicitta for the person who is dying. The stronger the bodhicitta on the part of those who are assisting the dying person, the greater benefit they will be able to have in the dying process, or in terms of the dying process. If the people who are assisting the dying person are doing so for other reasons, they have other motives, or they're simply doing so because others are doing it as well, and they don't have any particularly strong feeling at all, then their ritual intervention will be of no use at all. So regardless of whether it is the Poa liturgy that it is being recited or whether it is the name of the Amitabha Buddha, the basic and fundamental condition is that those who are ritually assisting the dying person have a very sincere and strong bodhicitta. This is very important.
第二个非常关键的是，不管是念婆瓦或者是念佛，从头到尾非常的专心非常的专心，非常的认真比如说念婆瓦的话，那这个婆瓦里面呢有很多观想的超度的人他自己要观想比如说头顶 观想阿弥陀佛，然后有观想我们刚刚讲的这个中脉，然后有观想这个人的意识然后意识从这个头顶出去融入阿弥陀佛的心间等等，有很多的这样子的这个观想。每一个观想一定要清楚，越清楚越好，越专心越好，这是一个。另外一个，如果我们不是用婆就是用这个念佛。念佛呢，比如说汉传佛教的显宗的这个净土宗也有这个助念助念团、助念队。比如说我们有10个、20个这个居士这个不一定是出家人，如果是出家人当然更好，居士也可以。我们的师兄平时念佛念得比较虔诚的人，任何一个人这个时候都可以去帮他这个超度助念。那念的时候呢比如说我们念佛，那就是我们自己要观想阿弥陀佛，然后非常虔诚的祈祷阿弥陀佛来迎接这个临终的人。然后这样子的这个观想或者是祈祷，从头到尾都必须要清楚，必须要专注心这个时候不能散乱我们嘴巴在念佛，但是呢心里面胡思乱想，根本就没有去想到这个超度，那这样子任何作用都没有，所以这个很重要。
The second important thing for those who are ritually assisting the dying person to bear in mind is that from the beginning to the end of their ritual assistance, visualizations that go hand in hand with the chanting or recitation need to be attended to with a very focused mind and in a very sincere way. So whether it's the Poa liturgy that's being recited or the name of the Amitabha Buddha that's being chanted, there are different visualizations that need to be performed. And the clearer that these visualizations are able to be performed, the greater benefit it will have for the person who is dying. So, for example, in terms of Poa practice, we need to visualize Amitabha at the crown of our head. We need to visualize the central channel. We need to visualize the consciousness leaving the body and then mingling with Amitabha. So every single step of the Poa liturgy, each visualization step needs to be performed very clearly on the part of the person who is ritually assisting the dying person. If it's not the Poa liturgy that's being recited, but the people assisting the dying person are chanting the name of the Amitabha Buddha. For example, in the Pure Land tradition, it's quite common for teams of people to ritually assist a dying person through chanting prayers. This doesn't have to be monastics. It can be householders. It can be Dharma friends of the person who is dying, Dharma friends who are very devoted in their Pure Land practice are all qualified to assist a dying person in this way. So if they are chanting the name of the Buddha, it is important that firstly the Amitabha be visualized, and then that secondly that the people assisting the dying person very sincerely pray to Amitabha Buddha that he greet the dying person and be of assistance to the dying person. It's very important that our minds are focused, that we are chanting and visualizing with great concentration. We can't afford to have our minds wander during this time. So if we're chanting the name of the Amitabha Buddha, but our minds are somewhere else, then it will be of no use to the dying person.
好，第三个，就是我们不管念佛或者是念这个婆哇，那超度的人坚定不移的相信自己的这个超度的力量，或者是佛的名号的力量坚定不移的相信这个婆哇的力量，或者是佛的名号的力量，这个在这个超度的过程当中也起到很大的作用那这三个是必须要具备的条件。
So the third important thing is that those who are ritually assisting the dying person need to have unwavering faith in the power of their action to be of benefit to the dying person. So regardless of whether it is the Poa liturgy or the reciting of the Amitabha Buddha's name, the people who are undertaking this ritual intervention need to have great faith in the power of the Buddha's name and the power of the Poa liturgy. This is very beneficial and very important.
然后还有一个我们刚才讲到人死亡的时候，我们的意识离开身体的时候，这个离开的部位确实是有很大的这个关系我们的这个能不能往生有很大关系。那这个里面呢，绝对就是有一个奥秘比如说我们的这个意识这个显宗的佛经里面也讲过了比如说从腿、从脚、从脚心出去，从头顶出去，从心口出去有很多的部位都可以出去的。那么这个有些地方出去的话，那就是对这个他的这个投生不利，所以呢想办法从这个头顶的梵穴当中出去，那这是这样子就能够往生能够解脱，都有很大的帮助，至少下意识它不会堕恶趣所以呢有几个比较需要注意的地方。我们临终的时候超度的时候，刚刚去世的人人不能站在他的这个床脚的地方去说话或者是不能去摸他的下半身那这样子，因为人如果床脚这个地方这个方向有人说话，他的心会专注到这边如果去摸他的下半身，他的心就会专注在这里。那这样子他临终即将要离开的时候呢，有可能他专注的时候从下半身从脚心离开，那这样子对他的这个下意识不利。所以这个时候呢，我们提醒他要深识意识，要专注头顶，然后呢旁边有人的话就是要去摸一下他头顶提醒他从这里出去，或者是抓住这个头顶翻起的地方的头发然后就拉一下这样子提醒他，他就这样子以后呢，他这边有感觉的时候呢，他的意识一定会专注到这个头顶如果能够头顶出去就有很大的帮助。这个道理我们如果以后有机会的话可以进一步解释，因为我们今天的时间不够，所以我们今天讲的是一些这个我们的一些操作的方法，这个理论以后关了顶，然后学迷可以进一步学习这个也是其中一个很重要的一个方法。
So there is another important thing that we can do for the person who is dying or who has just died. As we spoke about before, the point from which the consciousness leaves the body has a very great connection or a strong connection with what happens next. Indeed, this is something actually that's said in the sutric tradition too. There is if it is said if the consciousness leaves the body from the feet, or that it's said that it's possible for the consciousness to leave the body from many different places and many different orifices, including the feet, the crown of the head, and the mouth. There are various points from which it is considered if the consciousness leaves the body, then that is not advantageous to the rebirth of to the person's rebirth. If it is possible for the consciousness to leave the dying person's body via their fontanelle at the crown of their head, then this has great capacity to assist them in being reborn in Amitabha's Pure Land or achieving liberation. At the very least, it will assure that the dying person is not reborn in the next life in the lower realms. So in terms of someone who has just died, we shouldn't speak, we shouldn't talk from a position that is below, that is from standing beside or below their feet, and we shouldn't touch any part of their lower body. The reason is if we do so, then the consciousness of the dying person will focus on these parts of their lower body, and this is not an advantageous to them having a positive rebirth. So we need to remind the dying person, remind their consciousness to leave their body via the crown of their head. And this can be done by touching the crown of the head of a person who has just died, or gently pulling the hair at the crown of their head. And in doing so, this reminds them, and it's very beneficial for them. The reason how this actually works, the theory behind it, is something that we can talk about more in the future. There's not enough time to go into it tonight. In the future, after everyone has received the relevant empowerment, then we can continue to learn more about this. However, tonight we will only say this much about it, and this is one very beneficial thing that can be done to help someone who is dying.
还有一个比较容易的，大家都能做到的是不动佛的行咒，这个比诵就叫做不动佛的行咒啊。刚刚呢，这藏传佛教里面的一个咒啊，那这个咒啊，我们答应以后呢，就放在这个亡者的额头上，然后心口放在这个心口和额头上，然后再火葬或者是念这个不动佛的咒，然后呢就是加持水，用这个水洒在这个亡者的尸体，或者是用这个水洗澡再火葬还有就是用这个咒念这个咒，就这个加持沙子然后呢在这个沙子就是这个沙在这个这个亡者的身体那这些都能够让他不堕恶鬼不堕地狱，不堕这个旁生，能够往生，这些都是大家都能够做到的但是我们很多时候都会忽略了这些都是对一个亡者来说是非常有帮助希望大家重视这些那这些都如果我们把这些都做好了，那么对一个亡者来说，这个确实是对他是一个非常非常大的帮助非常大的帮助。我们比如说走了一个人，我们很多人会说一路走好一路走好但是我们说一路走好就会一路走好吗？这个不可能的，需要做一些事情做一些事情才会一路走好所以我们临终的时候就是最后的一个这个一个帮助，就是这些都非常有用的。希望大家把这些方法学好了学好了以后呢，到时候我们的身边经常都会有人这个是去世，那这个时候都用得上 人走的时候呢，大家不要害怕，这就是一个生命的自然的规律。这个时候我们最重要的就是淡定，然后去帮助他们首先是对他们的这个精神上的帮助是非常非常的重要。首先让他不要害怕，让他接受这个死亡，然后呢，让他这个给他讲这些方法，然后就是在这个过程当中他遇到的一些情况也就跟他讲好，然后提醒他到时候你要怎么去面对那这样子的话，临终的时候就有一个特点是什么？他这个时候他一定会记得非常清楚的。为什么？因为人在这个生死关头的时候他会发挥他的潜能他这个时候想一切办法就寻找一个帮助到他的一个方法。只要他发现有一个东西是可以帮到他，他一定会记在心里面的，一定会记得非常的清楚。然后到时候中阴身的时候呢，他一定会想起的。所以我们不要以为人死的时候或者是临终的时候我们给他讲什么他听不懂，记不清楚或者没有用，这些都是不对的他这个时候他一定会记得比我们平时还清楚所以这些都是帮助人的一个方法。这个时候呢，我们的科学、哲学社会的地位、民生，所有东西这个时候会失效的唯一这些方法可以帮助到别人。所以希望大家训练一下希望大家再进一步的学习一下。因为我们今天的时间的关系讲的不是没有很展开的讲，但是基本上我们要做的这些呢简单的方法呢已经给大家讲了，希望再进一步的复习，然后到时候去用这个也叫做利益众生我们佛教徒天天都是把利益众生、普度众生挂在嘴边，就是我们的口号，我们的一个口头禅，但是呢行动上没有，什么都没有这样子这些都是没有用的。所以我们这些一个人来说，临终的时候是最需要帮助的时候。所以这个时候如果我们用得上这些，对这个亡者来说真的是很大很大的帮助希望大家进一步的学习然后用得上对自己我们总有一天也需要这些然后呢我们平时身边很多人需要这些希望大家做一些训练希望大家这个重视一下这些方法。
And there is another thing, something else that we can do, something that is very easy for us to do that will be of assistance to the dying person. And this involves the mantra of the Akshobhya Buddha, the Gangana mantra. We can print out this mantra and then place it on the forehead and on the heart of the dying person and then cremate them. Or otherwise we can recite the mantra in order to bless water, and then this water can be sprinkled on the body of the deceased person, or it can be used to bathe the deceased person and then they can be cremated. Or otherwise we can chant this mantra and in order to bless sand and then sprinkle this on the body of the deceased person. And in doing so this is able to prevent the deceased person from descending to the lower realms in their next rebirth. So this is something that everyone is able to do. These methods are things that everyone is able to do. However, in many situations we neglect to do so. However, they are of great benefit to a dying person. If we're able to apply all of these methods, it really will be of great help to someone who is dying. Often when someone dies, we wish, we say, we wish that the dying person pass well, die well. We make this wish or prayer for them. However, we really need to do actual things in order to help them to pass well. Simply wishing that they pass well is not useful. So these methods that we have talked about tonight are of great benefit, and I hope that everyone can learn these methods, gain familiarity with these methods so that they can apply them when people in our midst are dying. The most important thing is that we shouldn't have fear. Death is a natural process, so in terms of someone who is dying, the first thing we can do to help them is help them psychologically. That is, we should instruct them not to be fearful, not to be scared. We should urge them to accept death. And then after this, we can then tell them about methods, about how they can go about dying, what will happen, and what they should do to face each stage that they will encounter. And if we give them this advice at the time of their death, then they will remember it very, very clearly. At the time of death, certain latent potentials of the mind become manifest. And so long as something will be of benefit to the dying person, then they will certainly remember it in the intermediate state. So we shouldn't think that giving advice to someone who is dying, they won't remember it or they won't understand it properly. In actual fact, they will remember it more clearly and better than they would during their ordinary lifetime. So at this time of death, everything else, science and philosophy, our position and status in life, etc., none of these have any use. They all cease to be of any validity. Tonight, because of time constraints, we haven't had a time to go into everything extensively. However, we have probably covered the basics. And as Buddhist practitioners, we always talk about the need to benefit beings. We always talk about it, benefiting beings constantly. However, just talking about benefiting beings is not of any use. We actually need to do things to help other beings. And the time of death is when others are in greatest need of our help. So I hope that everyone is able to learn about, familiarize themselves with, and regard with great importance the methods that we have talked about tonight.
这个不懂佛的行咒，到时候这个电子版发给这个主办方，然后你们需要的话就是自己可以就向他们要，然后自己打印到时候可以用。好，我们到时候我们如果需要超度人的时候都可以用得上的。好，我们今天的课就讲到这里，然后呢我们这次就讲了5-6天的课讲了一些这个具体的修法希望大家这个从私家心一步一步的修。如果我们有人修的话以后如果再有机会的话，那我们到时候可以安排一些稍微比较高端一点的这个课程否则的话我们大家每年都不修每年都没有什么进步的话，这个我们没有办法讲这个稍微深一点的这个修法每年都是这些基础的知识所以希望大家用功我们今天的课就讲到这里。
The Akshobhya mantra that was just mentioned, I will find an electronic version and send it to the organizer of these teachings, and everyone can get in contact with the organizer and then print out this mantra and use it to assist people people who are dying. This is the end of tonight's teaching. We've got about 10 minutes now for a few questions. In actual fact, we've gone over time, but we will make time for a couple of questions. Over the past 5 or 6 evenings of teachings, I have introduced several different methods of practice, and I hope that everyone in particular does work on practice and begin with the preliminaries. If you all work on practice, are diligent in your practice, then it will be possible in the future to arrange for some more advanced teachings. However, if no one engages in practice, then in the future it's only possible to continue teaching on these kinds of foundational topics. So I hope very much that everyone is diligent in their practice.
好，我们最后做回向啊，我们这几天啊，大家听经闻法，那我们听经闻法的这个功德啊，比烧香拜佛等等啊，这些所有的功德当中啊，是最殊胜的功德。我们平时认为啊，我们去这个听经啊，讲经是一个学习，我们把它当做一个学习，但是我们没有把它，很多人没有把它当做一个行善啊，只是当做一个学习，但不是啊，除了这个学习以外呢，这是最好的行善，最好的行善积德，这个有很大的功德。佛经里面讲比如说我们比如说我们7点钟讲课的时候，然后有些地方就是为了大家这个提醒大家上课，比如说吹海螺，或者是这个敲打鼓鼓以前都是这样子那这个海螺的这个声音，比如说周边的一些鸟、一些动物，仅仅是听到了这个海螺的声音，他还没有听到这个传佛法的声音。那这样子的这个动物的心田里也就播下一个解脱的种子更何况亲自这个听法这样子这个听经闻法，这是佛经里面有这样记载，所以听经闻法的功德是不可思议的，所以我们要把这个好好的回想。
So we are going to end now with a dedication of merit. Having listened to these teachings over the past several days, we have generated a great deal of merit, and this merit is much greater, much more excellent than the merit that we gain through making incense offerings and the like. Generally, we regard listening to a teaching as only a form of study. We don't regard it as a form of positive and meritorious action. However, besides being a form of study, listening to a teaching is actually the best kind of positive action we can engage in, and it is generative of great merit. In the scriptures, in fact, it's said that if, for a 7 o'clock teaching, in order to remind students to attend the class, a conch is blown or a drum is beaten, then just the sound of the conch being blown or the drum being beaten heard by birds and animals is able to sow a seed of liberation in their mind stream. So just hearing the sound of these instruments, not even the sound of the Dharma teaching, is able to do this. So the merit, therefore, that we gain by attending an actual teaching is inconceivable. So it's important that we share this merit properly.
好，我们把我们的这个功德分享给天下所有的众生，愿我们的功德能让天下所有的众生健康长寿、幸福快乐，很快就能够超越生死轮回，以这样子的心愿来回向。
So in dedicating our merit, we share it with all beings with the aspiration that on the strength of our merit, they may achieve healthiness, long life, happiness, and very rapidly transcend the sufferings of cyclic existence.
Sonam de tamcha zambanya tone ni be janam panche yiga nanje wa long zba 这边做连周啊周日修将或者话务接等全把跟得上波的样的人跌打根基接受到了给完的到他们这让的我的上设备加入当着我刚来找的我把那个给早晚的跟让不就是让的我玩着我们红板整个人把马色的我们红板整个人把马色的我们红板子个人把马色的红，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛，大家晚安。